guys, welcome back to another one of these opinion/discussion type of videos. I haven't really had the inspiration to do weapon reviews or Warframe builds these past couple of weeks. Sometimes you just want to experience Warframe how an average player would. Normal boyos like you guys. Not saying that content creators are abnormal. I mean, I'm abnormal for plenty of other reasons. None of them are good, but as a content creator for video games in general, you're always striving to be first or find something that nobody else knows about, so you can go out and make clickbaity videos with borderline legal thumbnails. But that can get wary over time, more so with Warframe in my opinion. So I just wanted to chill out and actually enjoy my gaming time, or at least try to in the case of Warframe, and then make an opinion piece a couple of days later to share. And that's exactly what this video is going to be about, discussing a little bit on the Glassmaker quest, because there's not really much to talk about, which is kind of the problem, but hey, any excuse for me to make cringy thumbnails, and most importantly, for the chance to interact with you guys. One more thing before we get started, I'm probably gonna have some random railjack gameplay to fill in the video space. I mean, it's not like there's a dedicated tile set for glass fissures to pop in and out of, so that's that. Nightwave 3 introduces some detective elements, let's call it that, in the investigation phase, which does make you feel like you're playing a part in the story. At the very least, I feel it's a better attempt, a better sell than Nightwave 2 with Arlo and his cult of infested zealots. I know, infested are bad, they come out to kill us, so we should kill them. I just couldn't help but feel a disconnect, holes in the plot even, like who is Arlo really? Why did we have to go after his followers? The story just wasn't impactful for me. Yes, I do realize that the point of Nightwave are the blueprints and rewards. The story is just there as an icing. It's not the actual cake, if you will. But if the icing doesn't taste too good, that's gonna affect the cake, and separating them is not really an option here. If the gameplay aspect was the only thing that really mattered to DE, then they should have probably stuck with the old alert system, because it does seem that with the new Nightwave system, they have a bit more work on their hands than they can handle. But anyways, the storyline so far with the Nightwave 3 is fairly engaging. The investigation phase did remind me of the old Batman games on PC. I don't mean to compare them directly. The Batman series is just legendary, the first couple of games at least. It was probably one of the few moments in my late teens where I genuinely sat down and enjoyed video games. Absolutely incredible. Of course, expecting Warframe to implement features from those top tier games it's unfair to expect that, and that is completely okay. All I wish for future iterations is perhaps a slight increase in pace with regards to movement. I feel that it's unnecessarily slow. Castrated would almost be an understatement considering what Warframe generally is by design. You may think that's the wrong word to use here, but try getting hit in the jewels with a 5-pound solid object and then walk across your room. And no, sentient marshmallows are not immune to that, unfortunately. Also, if time and resources allow DE, I'd love to explore a bigger crime scene. Not to the extent of spreading out tiny clues across a map the size of Orb Valis. Cetus would be just nice. So after having found all the clues, you quickly discover a new resource called cephalites, and there is some farming to be done, which is always the case with Warfarm TM. I don't hate it. It's what Warframe is, and I can totally accept that. The glass fissures, if you will, are very similar to void fissures, but the way they implemented the mechanic, I'm sure you guys have many unique opinions to share, so please feel free to do so down in the comments. I read somewhere on the forums that the fissures are regulated in 25-minute intervals, and assuming you get 3 cephalites on average per fissure, it would take over an hour to get all 10. Of course, depending on the tile set, the enemies, you could get all 10 in one fissure, like how someone did on the Discord server. There is no solid proof, but I don't think he has the balls to lie straight to me in voice chat. All that said, RNG is RNG. Now I did say you have to go out and farm the cephalites, but it's not like running 10 capture missions or farming relics. The game will decide when you get these, so you could just stand still at the gates of Fortuna or be doing a sortie run before encountering glass fissures. I can understand why this is sort of getting mixed reactions. It's not really an offensive way to implement time gating, at least not as offensive as the other stuff. I actually think it's pretty clever, but to put it in a phrase, here's your shiny new Game Boy, but you can only play with it when I let you. I'm really old at this point. They give you this shiny new game mode and they control the pace at which you can play it. It actually took me hours of fooling around in the planes until I got enough, but it did give me the opportunity to take out my K drive and finally get to scanning all those 1,000-year-old glass fishies. So you got all the cephalites you need, you go back into the crime scene and sort of make an attempt to visit or enter the victim's memory. I'm sorry, I can't really draw a better description here, but this is where it gets really iffy. You spawn into this separate tile set, you're expected to make the right choices in a single run, you are expected to remember little details from the evidences you gathered hours ago before you went out on a hunt for the cephalites, and your movement ability is altered or limited. The game does not tell or indicate to you any of these things. It is expected that you know what to do and that you understand the risks before performing any further actions. This, in my opinion, is quite unfair. Be clear, I'm not asking for an entire handheld experience from start to finish. At the very least, I wish that the game gave us a warning of what to expect. It really felt like the rug was pulled right out from under me when I failed on my first run. And I failed for a different reason compared to most players. I did not realize that it was going to be a basic puzzle that involves parkour. I was under the impression that this voice narrating in the background was telling me a story, and while trying to figure out what he was implying exactly, a timer then appeared, then I just jumped onto the first platform I saw and fell to my failure. I did not see the other two platforms, maybe it was due to the FOV settings or something, but I wasn't under the impression that it was going to be a very basic puzzle involving choices, even with the timer. I thought it was going to be another scavenge hunt for more clues or something. And just like that, hours worth of playing gone in less than 5 seconds. This is classic Warframe. My first reaction after finding out that I just lost 10 cephalites was, of course, this is Warframe. What did I expect? But I'm naturally an idiot, so that first try was on me. The puzzle itself is, honestly, disappointingly easy. It is elementary, but by not telling you what to expect, I feel like the game devs have sort of set up this trap to stretch the grind by quite a significant amount. There's a guy on the server too who took a total of 6 tries, I think, but that's his personal problem. If you have all the obvious details memorized from the clues, it should take you about 30 seconds. I completed the entire puzzle in like 24 seconds, I think, and your reward for all that is a measly 7,000 standing. It really did feel like an incredibly meh reward at the very end. Of course, this is just part 1 of more chapters to come, and we are supposedly going to get a cool weapon at the very end. I hope it's not another Shadow in the making. Now, I don't know exactly how long they've been working on Nightwave 3, but the jumping puzzle, to put it crudely, is very underwhelming. If you watched the dev streams and followed news development on Nightwave 3, you'd probably be hyped as well, or maybe it's just me. Of course, there's more to come, but it feels like we only got a shard of glass out of what was talked about and shown on stream. And even if you did not follow any of the dev streams and had your expectations managed, still, the basic puzzle feels like you're being served just the cherry from a cake you ordered, and with the standing being a glass of fresh clean water afterwards. That probably doesn't make sense to you, but it's what I can come up with in my very limited MarshMello intelligence. If I could ask DE for one thing or an improvement, I just hope they can better manage Nightwave 3 while making sure other projects are on schedule and no quote-unquote bad decisions being made. I don't hate the Glassmaker quest, it just feels pretty underwhelming, and maybe you get cheated a little bit, but mostly it's not much. Hate is Kuvalich's 1.0. Glassmaker? Just okay at best. That is not what she said. But I've seen other players having wildly different reactions, and I'd be very interested to read yours, so leave comments down below. Even though I don't reply to every single comment, I still go through them, and if you get a like and or heart, it means that you either really tickled my soft marshmallow exterior, or you fucked up so bad that even I could roast you. Ha! MarshMello roasting humans. How the turntables. Anyways, that's all for now. Catch you guys real soon in the next video.